Hello there, Slytherin! Welcome to my channel. Those of you that are returning subscribers, you already know what to do. The timestamps are down below this video. But for those of you that are new, hello there, I'm Velvet Cat, a fashion illustrator and instructor in Los Angeles, with videos about art, entrepreneurship, and with my newfound passion for tarot, pick a card collective readings like this one to provide you with answers to any questions you might be experiencing in your unique journey, advice messages from the angels that are watching over us, motivation to follow your dreams, and all around empower you in love, career, health, mind, and soul. If you're new to tarot or you have heard of it before, I'd first like to start by saying that it is not what you think it is. In my one-year journey of doing tarot, after a lifetime of being a skeptic, I've learned that tarot is simply just a tool by which those of us that have innate spiritual gifts choose to awaken them and use them so that we can either, one, answer your intuition, provide you with that confirmation about what you already know, that gut feeling that you have about your experiences, or two, to guide lost souls towards their own unique happy life with divine help like this. By divine, I personally mean God, angels, and spirit guides, but based on your belief system, that would be different for each of you. My channel is all-inclusive, free of judgment, welcoming to all that wants to join me in this ripple effect of spreading love and happiness, no matter how tough it is. Each new generation is breaking through destructive cycles with awareness, knowledge, and action to bring us all closer together. There are many ways in which we can participate, and for me, one of those ways is tarot. So what is a tarot pick a card video? Well, after this intro, I'll show you some options to choose from where you'll pick intuitively with what you're feeling. And as I said at the beginning of this video for returning subscribers, the timestamps for each option are down below this video in the description and pinned comment so that you can easily skip ahead to that pile group that you picked for a message that is most meant for you to hear. Since this is a general reading divided into just a few groups for all viewers, not everything will resonate, but if within the very first minute it doesn't feel like you at all, then perhaps you didn't pick intuitively and you can go back and pick a different one. Plus, sometimes the angels and guides that I ask for answers don't always want to provide everything because they want you to trust in your own divine protector and take charge of your own life choices. So you ready to pick a pile? So these are the options you can choose from for your reading. We've got pile 1 with the king, pile 2 with the rook, pile 3 with the queen, and pile 4 with the bishop. So take a moment to breathe in and breathe out so that you can pick intuitively and hear the most personalized message for you. Hey there, Slytherin Group 1. This reading is for you if you chose the King chess piece. And now we're going to be using Ethany's spread, as you can see here, with these amazing questions to provide you with a special message. And in my channel, I usually allow cards to fall the way they do with reversals, but for this spread, since I'm not the one that designed it, I'm not going to be allowing reversals. All right, let's get right into it and see what cards we have for you. Using the Everyday Witch Tarot deck, the first card that came out for the question, what should you keep for yourself, is this one, the Wheel of Fortune. card number 10 from the Major Arcana. And so I kind of actually feel like you're someone that is able to achieve a lot of things in life. Could even be because you chose this King chess piece. See, this King actually makes me think of the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is someone with such a powerful mind, critical thinking, amazing communication. And if that's not what you currently have, it's what you can achieve. Like, it's just natural in you to be a learner and become that powerful. So because of this, you are someone that is able to achieve many things. And this could be because of yourself, your own interests, or because of expectations set upon you. Whichever one it is, since this card here about your achievements is in the question of what should you keep to yourself, I kind of feel like perhaps you actually make people uncomfortable. And usually I would actually advise for people to be proud of their achievements, right? You can be proud. But now that this is a warning here, perhaps it's bringing a light to how you might be boasting, bragging, maybe putting yourself on a pedestal above others. You might need to practice a little bit of humbleness. But if you're already someone that's humble and it just makes people uncomfortable because that's just how society is, with jealousy and their own insecurities, then keeping things to yourself is going to allow you to not absorb their energies and to keep going forth in this powerful being that you are. So if you notice that when you're excited about your achievements and you let others know, and certain people start putting you down, telling you anything negative, those are the ones you don't need to share your life with. Walk on over to others that can share in your excitement with you. Then for the question, where can you think bigger in life? We got the card 9 of Wands. This one right here. This is a card of overcoming struggles and healing, like from different types depending on what you're dealing with. Like if it's you need to heal emotionally, you need to heal physically, you need to heal relationships. You know what it is for you. And perhaps that is something that you need to think differently about. Since, as you can see here, she is actually kind of in a war zone, trying to protect herself, feeling defeated. And how I mentioned, you could be absorbing people's energies if you open up and they're bringing all this pessimism your way. So that is where, how I was saying, like, it's good to think differently, to not let them drain you, to continue believing in yourself, because whatever negative things they say, that is not the truth. You are enough. You are smart enough. You are talented enough. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. Then for the question, what do you need to be on the lookout for? We got the Page of Cups right here. The Page of Creativity, as you can already see with how he's painting. And so what you need to be on the lookout for is your well-being, emotional well-being. I am sensing this more here because the cups are the element of emotions. And so with well-being, you can express your feelings in what you create anytime you feel down. And it doesn't have to be like masterpieces. It can just be anything creative with little DIY crafts, getting your hands dirty, or even going out to nature. That's still something that brings about lots of inspiration. Perhaps at the time of watching this reading, you might be struggling with certain energies. And so you are being called to pay attention to your well-being. You are being called to care for yourself. Be on the lookout for how people are making you feel, so that you can keep a distance between the negative ones and surround yourself more towards the positive ones. This doesn't mean that you have to be happy all the time, of course, but it just means that the more positive ones would be more willing to also listen to you and to feel you, to understand you, in addition to being inspiring around each other. Then for the card, the question, what area of your life needs reimagining? We got the Eight of Pentacles right here. So this one is one of putting in the work, putting in your time to what you're currently working on, whichever projects you're creating, like if you're starting up a business or if you're going to school, or even if you have a job that you are enjoying, like how here she's creating these potions. This could be bartending, or in the little design here, there are plants and cleaning. So maybe you're gardening, or since this in a more literal sense, she's a witch, maybe you're practicing witchcraft, or you're practicing things with mysticism, divination, potions and gems. Then there's something here, there's a reason why this card is here, telling you to reimagine either your belief system or the work you put in and the possibilities that are out there with this. For example, when I started my art career, I just thought of it as what the media had portrayed, which was starving artist. And so instead of pursuing a career in art, I pursued a career in fashion because in my mind, fashion was more renowned, more of a career that was established. And in time, I started realizing fashion wasn't really what I wanted to do, even though I loved it. But what was actually bringing me income when I tried it out was art. That was my innate talent. So maybe that's what you need to reimagine is what are your thoughts about this that you're doing, whether it's a hobby or career or job. Take a moment to sit down and look at what your plans are, or if you don't have any, perhaps start planning them, doing some research for that. And what are the possibilities out there in this new world we're in? Then for your last question, we have what may be currently misunderstood in your current situation. So we got the card Knight of Wands. And this one, as you can see here, he's about to fight this dragon. So it's making me think of some type of arguments that you could have recently experienced, or it could be a fear that you're facing, or those negative energies as I mentioned. So as you can also see, this cat here is kind of looking worried. And for these situations, so if it is the energies, I feel like this is advising how I was saying, you don't need to confront them. You don't need to prove yourself. Then if this has to do with a certain argument, then perhaps if you're just going in circles, you might need to take a step back so that you can be clearer on this argument and bring in a better solution for everyone, or agree to disagree if no one is listening to anyone. And if this is facing your fear, then you could be advised to take a moment to, how I mentioned, strategize, plan, rather than just throwing yourself into it with the eyes of fantasy. In this last one though, it really doesn't matter if you do go for it when you're ready or not, because you'll still learn throughout your experiences. But it still possibly gives you better courage, better confidence, and clearer steps when you do prepare ahead of time. Before I close your reading, I actually just thought of this. I got my Harry Potter books from my childhood, and so we're going to be getting you an additional message. Let's see which book has that for you. This one. This is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Now let's see what page has a message for you. Right here, this says, "It is not a lie," said Harry. "I saw him. I fought him." So with this, I kind of feel like perhaps there could be people in your life, whenever you experience this, where people are not listening to you, you feel unheard, misunderstood perhaps. You could dig deeper into why that is. Why is this a sort of insecurity or stress? And also, how can you communicate clearer? How can you get people to listen to you? By not reacting. Instead, by speaking clearly, finding ways to set the situation to be heard and respected. Because whenever people react, they are not thinking clearly, and also people might see it as, "Oh, you're just a child." So perhaps look up ways to learn how to communicate effectively. There's a lot of information on YouTube and books and online. So that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, comment down below that you chose this awesome pile and what you liked or didn't like. You can also subscribe to my channel and like this video and share with friends for more readings like this, which I post weekly. And turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos. Thank you for watching. Hey there, Slytherin Group 2. This reading is for you if you chose the Rook. And we're going to be looking into a message for you using this tarot spread from Ethany with these beautiful questions. So if you haven't checked out her channel, I highly recommend you do. Now let's get started using the Everyday Witch Tarot deck to see your cards. Wow, you got a lot of cards. They had some important messages for you, I'm guessing. So for your first one, what should you keep to yourself? We got the card Two of Swords. And this one is one of making a decision. It looks like perhaps there's something you're currently trying to decide on, or even like for your goals, there's a goal you might be going towards, and there could be people trying to confuse you, trying to guide you one way or another, perhaps throwing their expectations at you. That is why this little crow is here, and she's covering her face. So I kind of feel like you already know what you need to do or what you want to do deep down, and you have your heart set on it, but now that you're blinded by this confusion, this cloud of everyone telling you what to do, then now you're kind of leaving it up in the air whether you'll make it or not. And that could be why this card is here. You need to keep this decision to yourself. Maybe take a moment for yourself to actually decide on what to do. I often say it's better to say sorry than it is to ask for permission. And so the next card here for your question, where can you think bigger in life? We got this card, Wheel of Fortune. So this one is one of luck, but perhaps that is what you need to think bigger about. Like maybe you think you're someone unlucky, maybe you think the world revolves around luck, but the truth is that we have all the power we need to achieve what we want. It's not about luck. Especially when we work with the universe or with God or whatever divine source we communicate with, we can start hearing messages and receive the guidance necessary to realize how much they can actually help us when we ask. So when things look like coincidences, they're actually our spirit guides, our spirit team that is there, that did all of this work to make this happen. And you can't leave it up to your spirit team or the divine to do all the work. You also need to put in some work there. Like with law of attraction and manifestation, it's not just about believing in what you want and wishing for what you want. It's also about putting in the action. Then for your next question, what do you need to be on the lookout for? We got Two of Wands. And this is one of being ready for the journey. So perhaps you actually do need to prepare for this. It looks like all of these cards are answering your current situation, even the last one's right here. See, she's in the Chariot. She's in this motorcycle ready to go one way or another. So that is why right here, the Two of Wands is guiding you to be prepared for anything that comes your way by allowing things to flow rather than fighting them or expecting them to go a certain way. Believing in yourself that you have the world at the palm of your hand, but also doing that action that I mentioned, not just staying in dreamland, because that can be pretty dangerous when you just throw yourself into situations expecting to be lucky. So stay on the lookout for answers, stay on the lookout for advice and resources. Then for your next question, we have all of these 3 cards. What area of your life needs reimagining? We've got the Queen of Swords with the High Priestess and 9 of Swords. See, I feel like there is something you're trying to decide on, and perhaps it revolves around expectations. The Queen of Swords here. This is someone that has lived a tough life, and so they feel very wise. They're in a time of their life where they are now leading others. This could be a mother figure or a feminine father figure, anything, a guardian that sees the world differently than you. They see the world through their experiences, and you see the world through yours, as represented by the High Priestess here. So these are 2 totally different energies, because also the Queen of Swords is someone analytical. She has a strong heart, but because of her experiences, she believes in facts and what has already been proven. But this energy, the High Priestess energy, this is someone more living with heart and intuition. They know they have all the answers within by seeking them from outside sources, from all the knowledge that we currently have available to us at the touch of a button. And perhaps, as you can see in the card here, this is you as well, looking into these tarot readings, doing your own tarot readings, looking into mystic answers, divination, using divination tools to provide you with guidance. So there seems to be a dilemma here, which is why we have the 9 of Swords, one of stresses and sleepless nights and overwhelm of information. And I feel like this is here in the answer of what needs to be reimagined, so that you're not fighting all the answers that you do have around you. You're not fighting this person, this energy. You can take what feels right for you, listen to what they're saying, and respect that they're coming from love or that they're coming from their own experiences, but still decide for yourself what you want your future to be. Because this is an entirely different generation, and you are an entirely different individual with your own skills, your own perspectives, your own way of succeeding. And lastly, for the question, what may be currently misunderstood in your current situation, as we've already been covering, this is what we got: the Chariot and the Hierophant. See, the Hierophant is a card of traditions, and the Chariot is one of movement. So it looks like your current situation does involve moving, does involve changing things up, maybe changing a job, changing a career, and standing up for what you believe. If, for example, you're like those families where the parents expect their kids to live a certain way and to follow a certain career path, but the kid wants something completely different. And it's good to follow your heart. You don't want to live a life of resentment. But like I mentioned, you want to understand where they're coming from, and that way you can communicate with them in a more heartfelt way so that then they can also understand you and where you are coming from. Maybe there does need to be a deep talk between each other so that you can understand each other. For example, maybe they are misunderstanding your intentions. You know, the older generations always think the younger generations are just rebelling for the sake of rebelling, or they're lazy, or they're leading at nowhere. And so that is where communicating can put everyone at ease. That is also why you want to be prepared, as this card advised. Kind of like finding a middle ground here where, okay, so they have their own way, they want facts, and they see things through what has already worked. Then how can you put them at ease in that sense so that then you can live your life your way? That could also be why you chose this Rook chess piece, because it reflects a tower moment in your life. It reflects, as you can see, like a bit of a battle and defense. And so you are making this choice, experiencing this tower moment, which will then unleash the full future that you deserve once you can get through this hurdle by lowering your defenses and standing up for yourself respectfully. Before I close your reading, I did actually get an idea. So I got all my Harry Potter books from when I was a kid to provide you with an additional message. Let's see which book has that message for you. This one. Oh. The Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Now let's see what page. Right here. So this part says, "Brilliant," yelled Lee Jordan. "Inspired, what an entrance. Flying a car right into the Whomping Willow. People will be talking about that one for years." So with this, I actually get the vibe that you are going to make such an impact, whether in the people around you or in the world. Like you're going to create something that could make things easier for everyone. Or come up with some type of idea, some type of system. Perhaps even a community. And it's going to inspire the people around you as well. You are someone that makes an entrance. Or you will be in the future. And that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, comment down below that you chose this pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, since I'm still a new YouTuber and every engagement counts to expose my channel to others that need a little encouragement in their lives. You could also turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos every week. I'll see you on my next one. Hey there, Slytherin Group 3. This reading is for you if you chose the Queen. And now we're going to look into answering some questions for you based on Ethany's wonderful questions in this spread, as you can see right here. And so we can provide you urgent guidance that you can benefit from by hearing right now as of watching this video. All right, so let's see what we have for you. All right, so for your first question you got, or the first question, what should you keep to yourself? We got this card, the Empress. And this is one of nurturing a project, a plan, or even your children. And so if this involves your children, then you need to, I feel like, protect the way that you are taking care of your children, because there's no right or wrong way. I mean, obviously, if you're abusing them, that's totally wrong. But oftentimes, whenever people have kids, everyone else around them is trying to teach them how to take care of their kids. And that is why right here we have this card saying to stand firm by the way that you are living your life. But if it involves a project or plan or career, same thing there actually, that you need to keep it to yourself, because oftentimes people are insecure and they have their own beliefs, and so they could actually disillusion you. They could push those fears onto you, push that doubt, confuse you, and then either you won't go for what you want, or you'll struggle endlessly because you won't believe in yourself. So whatever this concerns that you are nurturing, you're being called to keep that to yourself, to trust in your own actions and judgments. Then for the question, where can you think bigger in life? We got the Sun card. This is one about usefulness and joy and happiness. So perhaps you're not seeing all the beauty you're surrounded by. You have to think bigger about that, about what it is that you do have in your life that you can be grateful for. And also, how can you be useful in energy again? Like, to be your authentic self. Because society often thinks that adults need to be a certain way, very reserved, controlled. But if you start noticing on social media, by absorbing positive content, you'll realize that youthfulness is growing, it's becoming accepted in society. We don't need to hide our authentic selves, because that is the source of lots of people's unhappiness, but also because being your true self allows you to live fully, to enjoy the nature, to enjoy the music, to enjoy the rain, to enjoy life. And with this card here, we have what do you need to be on the lookout for? I feel like these are tied together because we've got 5 of Cups, which is, as you can see, someone that is crying over the spilled wine glasses or crying over cups that are spilled while there is still a feast going on. So I feel like this is about releasing expectations. Expectations on yourself and expectations on those around you. It looks like that's something you need to be on the lookout for. Because when there are so many high expectations, like you want, for example, your children to live a certain way, or your parents expect on you to live a certain way, then by pushing yourself constantly to live that way and not being able to achieve it causes depression, causes pain, causes stress, and causes people to not see their true selves. You can have goals and strive for them, but release the expectations of how everything should go perfectly. Allow for the imperfect things to guide you elsewhere, so that what you want actually blooms even more than you could have imagined. This is also a card of self-worth. Like how I was saying with the expectations, you are possibly someone that can accomplish lots of things, and you possibly have, but you're focusing on what you don't have yet or what you have done wrong. And that is why this card is here, calling you to look out for that, to stop that, to celebrate the positives and move forward to the future, not hold on to the past. Then for the next question, what area of your life needs reimagining? We've got these cards, the 9 of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is already one of reimagining, of seeing things in a new perspective, which I'm already kind of explaining here. And with the 9 of Pentacles, that is one of luxuries. Like, what is it you're spending your time on and what is it you're spending your money on? You might need to take a look at that. Because if you're feeling stuck with certain things where you can't overcome, you can't get to where you want to be, it could be how you are living your life already. Are you overspending on things without the money you don't have? Or are you obsessing, using like addicted into distractions like social media and movies and alcohol, rather than spending that time growing internally and growing for your future? It looks like you need to reanalyze how you are spending in money and time. And for your last question, what may be currently misunderstood in your current situation, we have the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is, I take it here for you as like being on defense. And that could be where the misunderstandings are. If you think people are out to get you, or they're attacking you, or judging you, maybe that is where you're misunderstanding, where they're coming from. Or same thing with those around you. Maybe they're thinking that you're judging them or attacking them. So you might need to take a moment in those situations to clear the air with everyone. Like let them know, like, hey guys, hold on. Let's look at what we're saying and try to figure something out here. What is actually happening? And why are you saying these things? And why is what I'm saying making you feel a certain way? So that everyone feels heard and the solutions are finally found. Before I close your reading, I actually brought all my Harry Potter books to see an additional message that we can pass over to you. Let's see which book. Oh, this one, instantly. This is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. And now let's see what page has that message for you. Right here. So this part says, he pulled the diadem from his wrist and held it up. It was still hot, blackened with soot, but as he looked at it closely, he was just able to make out the tiny words etched upon it. Wit beyond measure is man's greatest treasure. I feel like this could be your mantra, your affirmations, your motto. And I don't need to say anything else. And that's the reading I got for you. If it resonated, comment down below that you chose this pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Since I'm still a new YouTuber, every engagement counts to expose my channel to others that need a little encouragement in their lives. You could also turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos every week. I'll see you on my next one. Hey there, Slytherin Group 4. Today's reading is inspired by Anthony's Hogwarts House Spreads, and I highly recommend you check out her channel. This one here, as you can see, has some very wonderful questions for you that I'll be answering today using the Everyday Witch Tarot spread. Let's see what we have for you. For your first question, what should you keep to yourself? We got the 8 of Wands. And this is a card of movement forward. Like how here she looks like the witch from The Wizard of Oz, and how they use tornadoes to change their lives from one place to another, from black and white to color. Tornadoes symbolized the changes in life, and it looks like there's some type of change you're experiencing or that you want, but perhaps others might not understand. Like it could cause the tornado as well with emotions. It could cause the chaos of disagreements. Perhaps due to your new belief systems, because you chose the bishop chess piece, which makes me think of the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is one of traditions. So since this is a card of change and you chose a chess piece of traditions, perhaps you are changing your belief systems, which are resulting in your wanting to make changes in your life. And that's amazing for you. It's always good to wake up and realize what we really want. But society, of course, they progress slowly. So don't expect anything out of them, out of the people around you. And for your next question, where can you think bigger in life? You got the cards. Knight of Swords with Four of Cups. See, the Knight of Swords is signifying that movement, that change, striving for justice, striving for what you believe in, going up full force. And the Four of Cups is one of, as you can see here, this guy is kind of like worried, stressed with perhaps expectations or perhaps what all the possibilities in life could be. Four of Cups is one of being offered something and not seeing it. So maybe that's something you need to be on the lookout, something you need to be aware of as you are starting to hear, is not only look at what you think is available to you and not only look at what you know are possibilities, but also expect surprises. Be ready for surprises. You don't know what type of new offers could come your way if you just believing in yourself. Like maybe you might think your skills are only available for certain things, for certain careers, but in reality, there are other opportunities you might enjoy. Or if this belief system involves your emotions and love, then right here, it could be like maybe you think you only deserve certain type of relationships, and maybe you only know of certain traits that you would want in a partner, but you don't know what could come your way if you allow it. Because I'm starting to sense here that you are this energy that does stand up for what you believe often and does speak up and does perhaps even rebel, which could signify that you have strong values, strong beliefs, and maybe you could be a little too firm on those beliefs. And that is why this card is here asking you to use your spirit of change to allow these beautiful surprises. I hope that's making sense. And so for your next question, what do you need to be on the lookout for? We got Page of Wands, and this one is signifying what I've already kind of been saying. See here, this little adventurer is listening, is paying attention to this chameleon and paying attention to the cat, which are symbolic of spirit guides and spirit messages. So stay on the lookout for those. You can only notice them, hear them clearer if you're keeping your heart open and your mind open to surprises. Listening to your intuition. Like maybe you might be seeing things going one way, but then you're getting this gut feeling trying to lead you elsewhere. And if you're fighting that, you're going to miss out on it. And for your next question, what area of your life needs reimagining? We got the Six of Swords. This one is also about movements, but here she's going with her knowledge and going with these people on this journey. So, and I say knowledge because that's how I take swords, the swords element, as information and intellectual wisdom. So you might need to reimagine what it is you actually know about life, to know that you don't know everything, and also to think about or analyze, take a look at who you're surrounding yourself with. Who are you taking with you on these trips? What is their energy? And what is your inner energy as well that you're taking along with you in this change that's happening? And lastly, the card for what may be currently misunderstood in your current situation. We got the Strength card. So I feel like, as I've been mentioning, you are someone tough, confident, you go for what you want, you speak up, and that is often misunderstood. So I feel like this is saying it's okay. You might need to accept that not everyone is going to understand you or agree with you. And you don't need to fight them. You don't need to change their beliefs. By the way, also, if you aren't already this type of lion person that roars loud and you know your kingdom, you know you're king or queen, maybe you are actually the type of person that is a little more submissive, but you want to be like this, know that you will get there. As you take one action and another, it'll become easier. Before I close your reading, I did get this idea. So I got all of my Harry Potter books to get you an additional final message. Let's see which book it would be. This one. And let me fix these. Okay. So you got Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. And now let's see what page has a message for you. Right here. So this says, the exception was Cho Chang, who darted into her compartment when she saw Harry coming. As Harry passed the window, he saw her deep in determined conversation with her friend Marietta, who was wearing a very thick layer of makeup that did not entirely obscure the odd formation of pimples still etched across her face. Smirking slightly, Harry pushed on. When they reached compartment C, they saw at once that they were not Slughorn's only invitees. Although, judging by the enthusiasm of Slughorn's welcome, Harry was the most warmly anticipated. So there are a couple messages here because of the makeup and the anticipated welcome for Harry. And those two messages consist around perhaps acceptance, validation, popularity. Like how this character, Marietta, is wearing makeup, but it's not covering what is possibly making her insecure to wear that makeup. And it brings me into the thought of how it doesn't matter what you do on the exterior to hide your flaws or your pain, if you're not digging deep to heal, to face the deeper issues, the inner turmoil. Maybe you feel like you're left on the sidelines and that's why you present yourself in a certain way to catch attention. But I do want to kind of warn that people can see through that and they will either exploit it or ignore it. Life becomes happier, more joyful, more pleasant when we are ourselves for us, not for others. And by being ourselves, also, we attract those that do love us for our truth. It doesn't matter who you repel. It doesn't matter who turns away, who isn't vibing with you. It doesn't matter that you're not liked by others. Keep on shining, and the ones that will vibe with you on a soul level, they'll find you. And that's everything I got for you. If it resonated, comment down below that you chose this pile and what you're excited or not excited about hearing. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Since I'm still a new YouTuber, every engagement counts to expose my channel to others that need a little encouragement in their lives. You could also turn on the notification bell button so that you don't miss my videos every week. I'll see you on my next one.